Steelers go down to Pittsburgh South and beat the Falcons 18-10. I mean, you got to admit it was. TJ was pumping up their crowd.
It was gonna be a whole home
yeah. It's usually like that, but when I saw TJ pumping up their crowd, I said, "Oh yeah, this is different." First, let me get this out. It's good to get a win. It's good to get a win. I'm not gonna come in here and be the complete homer that I get credited to being. It is some things to talk about. Everything wasn't peaches and cream, but I just want to get. It's good to get a win. Everybody else lost, so it is good to get a win. With that being said, Justin Fields was 17 for 23, 156 yards, 57 rushing yards. All right. This is the enigma of Justin Fields. Like, this game is like his career. So he starts off and he fumbles the snap first play of the game. Right? He had two fumble snaps, both on him. And it's like, oh damn. I'm looking like, all right, this is the Justin Fields that we saw in Chicago. Like, this is going to start bad. On that drive, he had Najee out in the flat to complete a third down behind him. Bad throw. The next drive after that, he had Van Jefferson on the sideline. He breaks out the pocket and he skips it to him. And it's like, okay, I see why they wanted. I see why they wanted Russ. Also, you could see with the play calling, they didn't trust Justin to start this game off. Everything was short. It was runs, every short bootlegs. They didn't trust him to throw the ball down the field. But as you could see, as the game would go on, as the defense showed what they were going to do throughout the totality of the game, they let Justin make some plays downfield. And with his arm, he was able to make a couple. It wasn't a lot, but it was enough for this game. Now, I'm going to preface that it was enough for this game and how this game played out, that if he played a clean game, which he did outside of those fumble snaps, they didn't turn it into turnovers. He didn't turn the ball over. He made enough plays to get us into the GOAT kicker of the North, Chris Boswell. He got the GOAT kicker of the North to get us in field goal range to kick 6 field goals. Kicking in the dome. I mean, come on. He looked like Matt Stover out there. He was the offense. That was Matt Stover from 2000. I said, damn, he is the offense. MVP. He's the league FanDuel banging now. Chris Boswell, MVP.
I know he had a fantasy day.
Oh my God! If you went against him, crazy. So Justin didn't play. He didn't play bad. He didn't play great. He just did enough. And for this game, it was cool. But that can't be the story if he continues to be the starter. He's going to have to make the easy throws that are in front of him, and he's going to have to make the plays down the field. Also, they're going to have to allow him to do that. Like, you can't play scared. I get it. In this game, we ignored the middle of the field. They have Jesse Bates and Justin Simmons. I understand. But that can't be the game plan every week to avoid the middle of the field because you're scared of turnovers. That can't be the case. You have to use the middle of the field. Also, I want to get to the wide receivers. George Pickens had a game. Should have had more. BS OPI call. He had 6 catches. The other wide receivers had 2. That's 2. That is not a recipe for success. It's not. It just can't be. Look for George Pickens, and then you get Calvin Austin involved with a little short gain, and then Van Jefferson. Also, wide receivers, you have to block in this Arthur Smith offense. That's one takeaway that I took from this game. You have to block in this offense. We had a screen set up for Van Jefferson, and I don't know what George was doing. He didn't block, and I don't think it's a good idea to have 5'9" Calvin Austin blocking A.J. Terrell. I'm not going to sit here and act like I'm an offensive guru, but I don't think that's the best matchup right there. And the play would have worked if you had 2 wide receivers that could block. Like, it was there, it was set up, but they just can't block. All game, Van Jefferson is with and on blocks. And if you're going to be that tight wide receiver close to the line in the run game, in this offense that's predicated on the run game, it's going to kill it. It's going to kill it. So that has to get better. You about to have me week 1. I don't know if you guys play Ben Skowronek. I seen Ben Skowronek in LA. I don't want to see Ben Skowronek, but if Ben Skowronek is going to block, he's going to get the snaps over Van Jefferson. That sounds horrible, but it is what it is. You got to block. Ben Skowronek. We all seen Ben Skowronek, right?
Who you want week 2, Russ or Justin? As of right now, like if Russ is healthy.
See, this is the thing. I get why Russ, because of what he can do downfield in the passing game, in his decision making. Back to Justin for a little bit. He took 2 sacks. Justin's going to take sacks. I get that just comes with the player. But one of the sacks for sure that he took, he had Pat Fry move at the sticks for a first down. He looked at him, didn't pull the trigger, took a sack. That's why you play Russ for those moments right there. But also, we had 1 3 and out. Most of them because Justin used his legs to get out the pocket. So I am really confused about who you do play if Russ is healthy. I don't think
really, it's like 50. It's really split down
it's
the middle.
50-50.
It's really
It's 50-50 because they
It's really
both bring positives. I think if Russ plays and Russ is healthy, we score a couple touchdowns.
I mean, just to piggyback. I mean, I don't mean to cut you off or nothing like that.
No.
I mean, just to piggyback on everything you were saying. I mean, I think that's why this game went exactly where I thought this game was gonna go. Like it wasn't too different. This is why I picked y'all to win, even though I don't. In the long run, y'all may not be the better team. I don't know. Who depends on how Kurt start to play. Who knows? But it went exactly how I didn't expect y'all not to score no touchdowns, but I expected y'all win this game with defenses in exactly what y'all did. They know it was gonna be a home game. Historically, like you said, every season, y'all get out to a fast start on defense. We can take it to the last 3 or 4 years. Burrows, Josh Allen, y'all just get out to a fast start, especially against a quarterback that's coming back from Achilles. I think Atlanta, as far as that game plan, as George Pickens, it was bad. They manned them. I mean, they won a wonder when they shouldn't have. They could have threw safety help over the top with a double team because y'all had, like you to your point, y'all have no other receivers. Right, so
no receiver, but
them leaving AJ Terrell on 1-on-1.
I think AJ Terrell just getting a contract.
I don't care what type of money you make it. It's about winning the game, and it was a bad game plan. George Pickens is better than AJ Terrell 1-on-1. I tell you, I don't care what type of contract, what type of money he got. He's better than him 1-on-1, and he showed it. He's a good wide receiver. He's above average wide receiver. So he's going to get open. So I think that was just a bad game plan on them. And the same thing what you said about Fields. It was they kept the shackles on him, but that's what they had to do to win.
Yeah,
is a team that you could tell that's well coached. Is a team that Tomlin put in the game plan and they followed it to a T, and that's how you win games. Like it was really no deviations from it. There's really no deviation from it. Like I said, I don't know how y'all, because offensively y'all still challenged, very very challenged offensively. Defensively y'all gonna be top 5, top 3 in the league. Offensively y'all gonna be very challenged. So I don't know how it was going to look going forward. But like I said, I mean, my last point about the game is the same thing I said about Lamar, about him, his form, his MVP form. Is TJ is basically going to be his award to lose. Like he's that type of player. Like he's that type of player. Like he's like one of them. He's becoming like a top 5 all-time defensive player. Like he's so destructive every single play. You got to scheme for him, and that's when you're a great player. When you start scheming for people. So it's like granted, I still think Myles Garrett should have won, but TJ, he's a one in a lifetime type player. So he changed the game. Like it was he single-handedly won that damn game for y'all. Like it's the plays he made at the time he make them, whatever. It's like that. It's like how do you block? They was chipping them, they was doubling them, they was tripling them, couldn't stop them. So it's like so it's like same thing that my point about Lamar about her business about him, defending his MVP or getting another MVP. I feel the same about TJ. He could. I mean, if he continue with this track, he might could win an MVP. Like you never know with these type of plays with the plays that he's making on the field. The game change plays is not just sacks; it's strip sacks. Is recovering fumbles. Is so it's a little different. But I like I said, I don't know who going forward. I like I said, I think that, and I know everybody's opinions on Justin. I just think he give y'all the best chance to win. I seen 3rd and 5, 3rd and 4. Russ taking sacks. Justin gonna pick up the 3rd and 5 with his legs, and that's the most him being mobile with that defense. I think that's give y'all the best chance to win. He's gonna turn the ball over, but I think that him being mobile gives y'all the best chance to win.
Before I get to the defense, the offensive line played better than I thought. They gave up 2 sacks. I was expecting more. It was Grady Jarrett. I knew he was going to blow the game up. It's Grady Jarrett on Spencer Anderson. That's a 7th round draft pick playing his first NFL game. I knew Grady Jarrett was going to make a play. But for the most part, they played a good game, and Najee ran the ball hard and ran the ball with aggression. Hey, league, if somebody gets their helmet taken off, I think that's a face mask. That's just my opinion. If you rip somebody's helmet off, especially from the face mask area, That's that's a penalty. That should be a penalty. Y'all need to clean between the Ravens game and this game throughout the whole league. Y'all had a bad week. Y'all had a bad week.
Yeah, the fish was terrible in that game.
It was terrible. It was terrible. So let's get to the defense, and I'm gonna say something that's gonna make y'all happy because y'all are my guys. I didn't know Patrick Queen played in that game. I didn't know. I didn't know. Only from a couple missed tackles. I think he ended the game with 2 tackles, but he missed more. That's why I used to talk shit about this guy. But he's still a Steeler, and I'm gonna ride with him until the contract is over. But I said, okay, that's why I used to talk about this guy every week, twice a week, because it's like, yo, dog, you got to make them tackles.
He's just not dynamic, though. He's just,
you got to make them tackles.
That's why he gets that contract. He's just not dynamic. You got to be dynamic as a linebacker.
Like they were there to be had. Like the rookie Peyton Wilson, he had like 2 game-changing tackles. He's a rookie. Like if he don't tackle B. John Robinson when he does, that's a touchdown. Like you can't whiff on those. But the other additions, Dante Jackson and Deshaun Elliott, impact immediately. They both had interceptions. Dante Jackson should have had 2. He was around the ball all game. It was good to see Minka playing where he was supposed to play, not playing a linebacker, but able to roam. He was in the run game. After the offsides that wasn't an offsides, they scored. Shouldn't have happened. But after that, you hold any NFL football team to 54 yards and a half, you're doing something good. I didn't hear Drake London's name called maybe but once because he had 1 catch for 5 yards. Good job, Joey.
Speak about your boy. That's what I say. You better
good job, Joey.
Because you gave us all last year.
All last year. Also, I'm glad not to hear your name because you didn't get it. You didn't get penalized. That's what was more important to me because he had a lot of holding calls last year, and that comes with big aggressive corners. But he didn't get called for no holds, and he had 3 tackles. So
it ain't hard not to hold when y'all getting home that easy. You got Kurt back down on 1 leg.
I mean, hey, that's part of the game. I told y'all what we was going to do to Kurt. I told y'all what we was going to do to Kurt.
Yeah, I ain't trust Kirk. I needed to see Kirk off the Achilles. He not right yet.
I mean, they had him in a pistol because of the injury. Like he's playing a different game.
And did you hear the stat? He like I think Q said it before. He didn't even play. He played pistol like 5% snaps of his whole career.
Yeah.
He was in a pistol and the gun 96% of the game yesterday.
Yeah, so
Kurt liked to get under center, that play action. Would have set up nice with Bijan too, but it's probably hard to plant right now.
And I don't know when it gets healthy. I mean, he ain't the freshest spring chicken, so I don't know how they move forward with that.
He looked scared yesterday.
I mean, I would be too. It's TJ running after me full speed. I'd be scared too, but I felt bad for Zach. I felt bad for Zach Robinson. Like your first game calling plays has got to be against TJ and the Steelers. It was tough, but we got the win. We got it done. Lost the specials. It was a good clean game. Outside, you lose your punter and get flagged for it. That stinks.
Like, that's big for y'all though.
Yes, he was like our second free agent signing after
because y'all been having punting issues for the years.
I'm like at least 5.
Yeah, that's big for y'all. That's a big loss for y'all.
For him to go down like that is tough because like with a defense that we're gonna feel, you want to play the field position game. Like if we can pin you back and force you into, second and long, third and distance, and just do what we do best. Yeah, but all in all, I'm happy. I saw some things that I liked from Arthur Smith, and it was some things that I didn't like. You get a positive play, and then you run a reverse with George Pickens. Throw that out. Don't do that again. Throw that out.
Yeah, why is that still in y'all playbook? I thought Canada took that.
I thought Canada was right there, right? Because I'm like, oh wait, Matt, it's Matt Canada. Like I said, the screen, and you can see the issues why people were so pissed off with him in Atlanta. It's not the play call; it's who you have lined up for the play. I'm cool with the screen, but if Calvin Austin is fine, like little wrinkles like that. I saw a lot more Cordero in the run game, but that was to be expected. Jalen isn't healthy yet. He didn't have that burst. He looked slow. So I get it, but little things like that. But the plays that were positive, Matt Canada would have never called them plays. That play that he had Fields boot out and he threw across field, he wouldn't call that because Kenny Pickett can't throw like that. And I don't even think Matt had anything like that in the toolbox anyway. So just seeing plays like that, it's potential, but we just don't have the horses in the stable at the moment. I'm scared. I'm not gonna lie to you. It's George and nothing else. I'm not used to this. This is wide receiver poverty. Like maybe I'll let y'all speak about wide receiver poverty a little bit that down the line. But this is not something that I'm used to. I'm not used to this. It's like, damn, like could you have kept? I know he didn't want to stay, but could you have kept Deontay for 1 year? And I don't know. But the plan to go all in on Brandon Ayuk, and when that news broke before the game, that was a big slap in my face. To know that deal was almost done at the 15th hour. It was, and to not have a backup plan. Like I'm cool not getting Brandon Ayuk, but to not have a backup plan is what's egregious in that. To say, all right, we're just gonna roll out there with Calvin Austin and Van Jefferson. One game, I don't like the outlook of that, but all in all, I'm happy about that. I'm happy about that win.
But you're admitting this can't be the formula going forward.
No,
right? Like,
no,
y'all not going to win a lot of games like this. It got to be a perfect storm, like it was. It was literally a perfect storm.
We're used to ugly ass games like this. Like I can sit here and tell you that it's not sustainable. I've seen it sustained. I don't want to keep seeing it sustained, but we're comfortable in that uncomfortability. There we go.
But you can't. I mean, yeah, but that, like you said,
can't win a championship like that. You cannot win a championship.
You're only gonna win 9 games every year with that. Like
you can't win a championship.
Your defense is going to give up points.
They're going
to give up points. The quarterback going to turn the ball over, and you're going to run into an offense that's going to score the ball. So I mean, you can't. It's going to be another. If that's the recipe for y'all this season, it's going to be another 8-9 season. So y'all got to switch it out.
And the thing, I would rather you go down swing and let whoever, whether it be Russ or Justin, just you got to push the ball down the field in 2024. There's no way around it, unless you're Patrick Mahomes, and we don't have that. You have to push the ball down the field, unless you have a Lamar Jackson that at any given play can bring it for 50 yards and can be clutch on game-winning drives. We don't have that, so you got to make plays down the field, keep these defenses honest. For 2-3 years, all you heard was, "Yo, they're predictable. We know what they're calling." So it can't be sustained that way. Can't be sustained.
To your the sustaining point, it's just that y'all schedule work this because y'all schedule is what it is early. Y'all can beat them the same way y'all beat Atlanta. You know, like y'all play that same game, y'all can beat them the same.
Bo Nix. Hey, Bo Nix. Bo Nix. I feel sorry for you. I feel sorry for you early. It's Monday. I feel sorry for you right now.
How long does this last?
What do you mean?
Until the schedule get hard.
I'm just saying, like it's not going to be a situation where somebody's coming back from an Achilles every week or I'll give you y'all respect as far as the defense. I never thought the defense wasn't the defense. It's just like, when does the luck run out? Like as far as like going up against the perfect opponent and having a putrid offense, like that matchup is like continually resulting in wins is defying physics.
That's what we've been doing for the last couple of years. To your point,
barely.
I'm not gonna sit here and act like this is a winning formula. And when I mean winning formula, I'm talking about getting to the playoffs, winning a game, and really being there for a reason, not just because you snuck in. Right? That's what we've been doing for the last couple of years. We've been sneaking in. That ain't
you got Super Bowl aspirations.
You ain't winning no Super Bowl with that offense. Not in 2024. Maybe in 2000 that might have worked, but nah, that's no way to even dream, to even think, to give hope of winning anything substantial. But I told y'all last week, you gotta do what you gotta do before week 10. After we play the Commanders, it gets stupid. And if you think you're gonna score 18 points and beat the Chiefs and beat the Eagles, maybe the Bengals the way they look. We'll talk about that later. But the Ravens.
Before that, y'all got the Colts, Cowboys, and the Jets. Those going to be tough, but there's some games mixed in.
Yeah, those are the three mixed into that first half of the schedule where it's like, all right, you got a chance to win. You're not going into Indianapolis or having Indianapolis come to you and think 18 points is going to be enough.
Not the way he reached on that goddamn ball.
No. You're not doing that against the Cowboys. I don't think Dak is going to look like that every week. Could a good defense make him look like that? I don't know, but I'm not banking on him looking like that every week. And who was that other? The Jets. The Jets, right? You know what Aaron Rodgers brings until proven otherwise. So you got to put points on the board.
That's why these Falcons, this Broncos, these pretty much guaranteed win. I mean, these pretty much must wins for y'all at this point. Like you never want to say that about week 1 and week 2 games, but for y'all the way y'all started set up, you gotta these must wins for y'all.
I knew what time it was when I said, "Yo, you gotta go into division play in that tough schedule at least 5-4 to even give yourself a chance." Because if you lose any of these games that you ain't supposed to lose,
5-4,
at least 5-4.
5-4. Y'all may come out 5 and. Go ahead, my bad.
Nah, speak your mind, brother.
I just don't see it.
Why?
I mean, because just think as the season goes on, it's going to be atrocious. People are going to fall off. I mean, y'all not going to look like this come November when y'all really play the grunt of y'all schedule. And when the hard games come, I don't know. I just don't see it right now, especially if y'all not putting the ball in the end zone. I think y'all got let off the hook yesterday with a young team, first year coach, quarterback coming off an injury. I mean, y'all always. Y'all like Willy Wonka, yo, like the little Charlie. Y'all always getting off the hook. Y'all find the golden ticket every week to play a team with all these different things that go wrong. Like I'm not impressed, yo.
Well, here's one thing. I don't care if you impressed. So that's the thing that lets me know
I'm not even encouraged going forward for y'all.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think the defense was that good. Bijan was running downhill.
Yeah,
I don't think he had what?
Yeah, 68 yards.
Oh, how many carries?
18.
He had more than that, right? He had like 20. He averaged he had like 4 yards a pop, so he had to have more than that. He was
getting the ball down. They was
like 80
second and
he had 68 yards. He had some receiving yards, but let me ask you.
Maybe that's the team.
Let me ask you this. Tyler had a couple good runs in the first half. He did. What happened after
between
that?
the both of them?
Yeah, but what happened? Because the one touchdown they got wasn't even supposed to happen.
Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, Kirk
and the defensive front happened too. They couldn't block us. They was
and that was my biggest disappointment in the game. Is that Atlanta offensive line? They got 2 All Pros in that line. They've been together for all these years, and they looked a mess. They looked terrible.
Like, they was out there too. They could have protected Kirk. He wouldn't have been on the ground if they did their job.
They looked at a mess. That offensive line looked crazy.
Yeah. But again, I'm not acting like this is, parade time. I'm happy for the win, but we got things to work on for sure. It ain't clean.
No, for sure. I mean, it's week 1 everybody did.
Yeah, got things to work on. I'm just hoping we got the ability to work on them given what we got, unless a trade is made. It's gonna be a scrappy season. My heart is accustomed to it. It's accustomed to them at this point. There's gonna be some ugly, scrappy wins, but